Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another hour of The Assist. I'm your host, Noah Harrington. To my right, we have Jay, and to his right, we have Coach G. Fellas, how are y'all doing?
Doing good.
We in here.
Love to hear it, love to hear it.
Yes,
Thanks
sir.
to everybody tuning in. And today on the board, got basketball. Playoffs kind of slowed football down for us, but you know basketball's all year round, so...
Yeah.
We're going to start with the big games from the past few nights, specifically the 5th and the 6th. The best game. The most surprising game to me, actually. I didn't expect this from this player. It's the best game we got on the board.
Who's that?
Nikola Jokic, the Joker, had 47 in a win against... it was a close win. It was a close game. So I have it here in my notes. Yeah, he had 47. I want to say they played the Hawks. Yep, I knew it. Hawks, yeah, 123-115. Jokic with 47, 8-5. Jokic doing Jokic things. And alongside Will Barton's 28, 9-5.
It went off.
That's 28 is always a good company.
Murray dropped 16 as well. Morris 14.
Yeah, that's always so they and Michael or not Michael Porter. Yeah, is that Marcus or Markeith? I want to say it's Markeith.
I want to say it's Markeith.
Yeah, I want to say it's Markeith. So that's always good. You got we're gonna talk a lot about that today actually because there's been a few teams with great all around team play, but this is your star doing star things.
He's just leading his team like he's supposed to.
He's supposed to, and it was a close game for it being for a person having a 47-point game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then on the other side, the Hawks did not play a bad game.
Well, honestly, if you not to cut you off, but if you look at a lot of the stats, a lot of the other players didn't actually put up the points that you would think they would.
Exactly.
It's only like you had like
spurts
4 or
in the
5 players
Nuggets.
only put up double-digit points.
In the good games from the Nuggets didn't really... Well, they came from the people that you expected, but they weren't as amazing as they could have been. You know what I mean? That 28 you didn't expect from Will Barton, I will say that. You would have expected that more from Jamal Murray. Maybe 20 points from Michael Porter. Michael Porter is... After these past few games that he's had, 4 points isn't what we're kind of accustomed to.
Well, he only got 20 minutes played as well.
True.
That played a big part.
But even in those 20 minutes playing, we've seen him do in these past few games. He's been showing his hand in those restricted minutes that he's getting. He's not even restricted minutes, just the minutes that he's getting. And then Paul Millsap's 2 points. You know what I mean? I expect him. I would expect Markeith's performance from Paul Millsap.
What I will say, I feel like what really hurt the Hawks in that game, Vince Carter.
Think so?
Really?
You're on the court 18 minutes and you score no points.
True.
That hurts.
That
hurts your team.
Every player scored except him.
I understand.
Every player on the team
matter if you
scored
play
except him.
defense or not, you gotta play some. You gotta put.
No,
some
sir.
kind of points
No,
on the
sir.
board.
No, sir.
You gotta
You
produce.
can be out there.
minutes.
You can be out there. If you got people on your bench that ain't doing no more than what you doing, I'm gonna take my vet over that all day long.
And
But
that's
see,
the problem.
that's the problem.
That's
The
the
bench
problem.
did
The
way
bench,
more.
Everybody on the bench was
You
doing
got
more than
people
what he was
doing, but why didn't they keep them in? Now, see, this is what I'm y'all pointing out. This
Because a lot of times teams have a
18
plan
minutes
and
and not
they
scoring
execute
is a
their
waste
plan.
of time.
Now, let me show you the
Exactly.
flip side of this coin. Y'all are pointing out how close of a game it was. Look, the record, Denver's record, 25-11 to an 8-29 team. This game shouldn't have been nowhere near close.
Well, like we said, the Nuggets didn't have a bad game. The Nuggets had a bad game.
I applaud the fact that they had good leadership on the court and was
and
able
I
to
didn't get
execute and orchestrate the ability. On paper, they should have been doored by 20. Okay, they didn't get beat by much, and the game was relatively close throughout the whole game.
Yeah,
up until halftime, they pulled away from there, but it kept close. I mean, they was within striking distance. They just didn't get it done. That's a hell of a job done.
Yeah, they won.
That's an outstanding job done.
They
That's
won
not
by
just
8.
Exactly. That's my point.
Yeah,
I can't sit up here and
into
say that's
that
just
point,
a
though.
great job by the Nuggets. That's more of a fail on the Nuggets end, and that's a better performance. It just didn't happen for them.
It was just a good game from Jokic and Will Barton. Like we said,
Jokic pulled them out with 47 points because if Jokic had 39 points, it was a wrap.
The Nuggets didn't have a very good game. They had, like we said, 4 players in double digits. And I was going to jump into the Hawks game where everybody was in double digits, it seemed like. You had DeAndre Hunter, who we got on last episode for doing the same thing Vince Carter just did in this past game. DeAndre Hunter had 16 points. John Collins with 17. Trae Young with 29 and 12. Yeah. And then Herter with 22. And I was talking bad on Herter I want to say it was last episode, saying that can't be Trae Young's second. You know what I'm saying? It can't be your go-to guy. And then Alex Len with 10.
22 points,
yeah, you come up and give 22. You're kind of showing, you're kind of finding your niche.
I'm sorry, Gabe. I don't care what you say. Like, I'm sorry. If I got you in the game for 18 minutes, I'm gonna need some points out of you. When everybody on the bench has scored points, even the people that's been in for 6 minutes, I had people in for 7 minutes. You got people in for 9 minutes, and all these people put some kind of points on the board. You've been in for 18 minutes, and you can't give me not 1 point.
That doesn't make or break.
It doesn't make or break, but it helps.
That doesn't make or break.
If he would have gave you 8.
If he giving you 8, absolutely. Exactly. If any point contribution is a bonus. Let's not play me for short. Any point contribution is a bonus. However, I'm not gonna knock the veteran leadership that he had on the court also, because somebody was orchestrating, somebody was putting shit together, somebody was helping the glue. I mean, he was still doing something.
He was probably keeping their hopes up of staying into the game, you
gotta have that.
Yeah, you gotta have veteran leadership. Yeah,
take it for what it's worth. They got beat.
You also can't just be out there running.
I'm not looking at the black and white. I'm looking at the gray on this. You can blame Vince Carter, yeah, but you can put somebody else in there, and the pressure man gave 9 minutes. Yeah, but that may have been all the points they produced in 9 minutes. But what if they created 5 turnovers in that 9 minutes?
They didn't.
Hypothetically speaking,
this was just going to lead
if you give them that 18 minutes that Vince Carter, if you separate that and spread it out across the board, you give everybody an ample opportunity to score and equal opportunity to make a fail.
Where they lost was the 10 turnovers that Atlanta had to the Nuggets 4.
If you trying to pose the combat, turnovers can't be in your resume. That can't be in that formula.
Yeah. And so I think maybe those 10 turnovers led to maybe 8 points. You know what I mean?
I mean, mathematically, it could definitely change or swing the game. So,
4 turnovers, we said that they didn't have a very good game, but they held on to the ball. I got to say that. 4 turnovers is amazing.
Well, when I said
that's
the game, I mean
type basketball.
Scoring-wise.
Yeah, scoring-wise, they didn't have a great game. I mean, they had 6 total blocks. So I think, and then they had 6 blocks, and then what was it? JaVale had 6 blocks the other night by himself.
Speaking of blocks,
they didn't have an amazing game, but they held on to the ball, so I have to applaud them for that. Another big night. Luka Doncic, 31, 11, and 10. Just another. This is just becoming.
That's normal.
Yeah,
for Luka.
It's like when James Harden was scoring 50 every game. Sorry, I apologize. Not 31 points, 38. A little 7-point difference there. My bad. Yeah. They played the Bulls. They won by 8. Ironically, the Nuggets just won by 8. 118 to 110. Mavericks. They played. They played a pretty good game. You got the Don with 38, Dwight Powell 16.
They really just got outscored the first quarter, and then in the third, they just, I don't know.
They kind of just stood with them the whole time. Yeah, second and third quarter, they scored the same amount of points.
Yeah.
Josh Jackson, this is what I like to see. 15 minutes, 11 points. You're utilizing your 15. You know what I mean? He's a youngster. He's coming in. He's a Tar Heel. Shout out to UNC. And I think he's going to end up being one of those. He's going to end up like a Trevor Ariza type player to me. Long, can defend, can score, and he's real raw right now.
Gotcha.
And I think
you had Luka at 31 points.
Yeah. I just cleared that up.
Yeah,
he had 38.
He had 38.
Dwight Powell had
burger.
16. Tim Hardaway had 15. Finney Smith with 11. So they had an all right game. Lauri Markkanen on the other side had 26 and 9, who is going to prove himself as a star. I already know it right now. Beginning of the year, he was having crazy games, 30-point games, 35-point games. And, I think he's kind of... You can tell when an NBA player is finding themselves, and I think he's starting to find himself. Him and Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine only had 20, but Zach LaVine is the first option for that team. And he's coming into his own right as a star, too.
Yeah. I had to put the finally tag on him. I mean, it's been taking a while for him to just been able to just produce consistently.
Exactly. That's always been my problem with him. But it was also because he was over in Minnesota for not just a while, like he's been in the league forever. But he was over there for a little bit and being a rook in that system.
Yeah, that's not
exactly.
The market you want to be.
You got Cat coming in, who's getting the touches. You got Wiggins already there, who's getting touches.
And that sucks to be so damn good because you know you're going to a team that is their market is going to be hurting.
Sometimes, unless you go to the Knicks.
85% of the time.
Well, I'm not going to say the Knicks aren't hurting, but market-wise, New York's a big market.
Just to throw this in there, not to switch gears up on you because we'll definitely come right back. But Burrow, over there in LSU, damn good quarterback. Where you think he going? Come on, exactly. Yeah. So we'll just leave it at that. Coming back to basketball.
Big night. Okay, we can talk about this Mavs game just for a quick second. Just to give y'all some insight on how good 4 turnovers actually is. Going back to the Nuggets game, Mavs had 14 turnovers and won. So. And then the Bulls had 8 turnovers. So 4 turnovers is amazing. Pretty great. Last time I saw that was by the Spurs in the playoffs against LeBron when Kawhi won Finals MVP. I don't know what year that was just off the top of my head, but lost my train of thought there. Sorry for that. Another big game, another 2 big games these past previous games. Ish Smith. He had 32 on the 5th, and then he had 27 on the 6th. And I want to say he had 27 when the Wizards played the Celtics.
So somebody finding himself. Yeah, he was going off.
Yeah, it was the Celtics. He had 27.
He was going off.
Yes, sir.
And then against the Nuggets, he had 32 against the Nuggets. With Jabal Murray had 39 and everything. We talk about the Celtics a lot up here, man.
I love the Celtics as a team, man.
I do too. They have a team around them. They
like Tatum, freaking
Jaylen Brown,
Marcus Smart.
Marcus Smart is a dog,
man. I love them guys. I really
Marcus Smart's one of those people you hate to play against, but you love him on your team.
Yeah.
He's a Pat Bev. He's another Pat Bev.
I wouldn't even say Pat Bev. I would say more like a Draymond.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like a.
He gets in. He's of that fiber. He gets into your skin and knows how to antagonize. Yeah. He knows how to draw silly things out of you.
Exactly.
In a manner to where it makes you react. You know. Mm-hmm. Again, you said it perfect. Hate to play against them. Love to have them.
Team, and I've seen that help his team, but I've seen it help more than hurt.
Yeah. Right now, he's on that high side of it.
There's not really players like a Kobe Bryant anymore, where it's going to hurt your team to defend him 94 feet the whole game. Because if you do that to Kobe Bryant, most likely you're going to have 50 dropped on you because you're going to, like I said on our other podcast, you're going to awaken the beast.
Pretty much.
And I don't really think I don't think defense is held to the standard like it used to be, to where players are put in uncomfortable positions to where they have to break through and have amazing games. Mm-hmm. Like Kevin Durant is going to have 25 every night. You know what I mean? It doesn't really matter what you're throwing.
I know what you mean. Like, the defense ain't played with as much intensity as everybody taking it, like, shooting these free throws. Mm-hmm. Or, I mean, shooting these 3-pointers.
Exactly.
Like, most people just, like, focus on shooting 3-pointer to 3-pointer. People ain't going to practice on
basketball's so offensive
moving
now.
faster and stand on your toes and hands up. You know what I'm saying?
We're talking about basketball being so offensive now when we were talking about a game that didn't even score 100 points. The Wizards had 99, Celtics had 94. And the Celtics have a great record, 24-9. That's why this is a bad loss for them.
You know something that's crazy you say that? I was just, not trying to get off subject, I was talking to one of my friends recently, and they brought up this thing that the Rockets used to do, where if the Rockets used to get more than 100 points in the game, everybody in the stadium was allowed to get McDonald's. Like, everybody in the stadium got a Big Mac or something like that. That just goes to show you how the game evolves so much. Yeah. You know what I mean? When they would give away a Big Mac if they hit over 100 points, not even on the win, just over 100 points. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this was back when Steve
get
Francis
the city
and all
involved,
of them was
get
playing.
a lot
like,
of people, more people involved with
they
things.
wasn't getting over 100 points a lot, you know? So when it happened, it was just one of those, like, oh, they did it, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just amazing, you know?
Sorry to cut you off.
Almost every game is busting 100 easy.
Sorry to cut you off. We got to jump into our commercial break. We're a little late on it, but it's all good. So, yeah, we're going to jump right into that. Here's a word from our, I guess, friends. We'll be back after this. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the assist. We're jumping right back into these games, these recent games. Devin Booker, ladies and gentlemen, the remaking of Kobe Bryant to me. He's a remaking of a 2006 Kobe Bryant. I'll say that, where he's scoring all the points, 50, 40, 35, 40 again,
losing
55. And then lose.
It sucks, but he's gonna drop them.
He's gonna do
drop
it.
Some points, that's for sure.
He has no problem scoring.
On the 5th, he dropped 40 against the Grizzlies. Ended up losing by 7. I mean, he needs help over there, or he needs to leave.
He needs so much help. Honestly, the Suns have always tried to go with a lot of young talent, and they end up having a lot of good people, but I just feel like it never works out the way that they feel like it's going to work out.
I mean,
once you put all these young guys against these veterans always they always take the cake. You know what I mean? They more seasoned for this. They already know what they doing. They, you know what I mean? Like they know what you gonna do before you even think about doing it. Almost exactly. You
know. To further my point of a 2006 Kobe Bryant, for anybody out there who doesn't agree, game on the 3rd against the Knicks in their win. Actually, they won this game, 38 points. Okay, so I mean, it kind of furthers my point, and it kind of doesn't, because they won, and Kobe was losing all those games.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But here, game against the Lakers, New Year's Day, Devin Booker 32 and an L. So he needs to get out of Phoenix. I think that's the only hope for him at this point. He's not going to win a ring there. He's just going to be a great scorer. Yeah, that's all he's going to be. He's going to be
make the All-Star team.
Yeah,
you can make you can get decorated with a couple of awards. You
can get a
scoring
champ. Yeah.
And I hate to keep saying this, because I know I say this a lot, but the NBA is just so one-sided to me right now. It's just like either your team have good players and superstars, or your team don't have nobody.
I feel like every team has a superstar. I just think that people around them...
Superstars are ranked. When you have 1 through 10 on superstars, you may have a sorrier team.
When I say...
except the Knicks. The Knicks don't have a superstar.
When I say superstar, I mean like... You have a top tier player, like
name me a team.
A 5-star player on your team.
Name a team that doesn't have one.
Besides the Knicks.
The Knicks are working with...
Maybe the Grizzlies.
I feel like...
Grizzlies don't have Jonas Valanciunas, but he's not top tier. You look over in Washington, you got John Wall.
What about the Magic?
Nikolai Vujicic.
You got Vujicic. You got Gordon.
Actually, great thing for saying the Magic.
We looking at DJ Augustine from over there right now.
Hold on. Thank you for saying the Magic because that'll lead us into it. Nikolai Vujicic had a great game, ladies and gentlemen. A crazy game. Okay, so on the board it says Nikolai Vujicic 24 and 11, right? You're thinking, 24 points, 11 rebounds. Good game. No, ladies and gentlemen. 11 rebounds. Points, 24 rebounds. Nikolai, I talked about him up here the last episode, and he's not steering me wrong. I said he needed some help over there, and who came to his help? Markelle Fultz. I almost called him Marcus Fultz. Markelle Fultz with 25 and 5. 25, 5, and 4. And then the Magic just had a great game. We're talking about great games. Look at the stat. You got Aaron Gordon with 11 points and 14 rebounds, plus Jokic with your 11 points and 24 rebounds. Evan Fournier with 11 points. DJ Augustine with 16. Terrence Ross with 10. It's a great game from everybody.
The Magic literally out-rebounded them. They had 60 rebounds total that game.
Wow.
To the Nets, they had 46.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's
14 more possessions.
Wanting it more.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Flat out wanting it more.
Exactly.
They did have more offensive rebounds, though. You got to give them that. You got to give them credit to that. Offensive rebounds are game changers.
Oh yeah, for sure they
are. And the Nets did not play a great game. You only got 2 people in double digits, and nobody broke 20 points. Spencer Dinwiddie and Joe Harris both have 16 in 30 minutes of play. So they didn't have a very good game.
They didn't have a good game at all. They 10 for 47 at the 3-point line. Mm-hmm. That's horrible. That's 21%. Y'all shot 21% from 3 as a team. That's not good at all. 32.
The Magic made less than them. And shot less. That's the only reason their percentage was worse. You can't just if you're not making them, you're not making them. Mm-hmm. That's all it is.
Exactly.
Next game.
Some days they just put a bucket on the lid. Lid on the bucket.
Yeah. And sometimes that's what happens. And sometimes you gotta work through and get the lid off.
You gotta push through it.
And sometimes it's a lot easier said than done.
Exactly.
T.J. Warren, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking about players showing their colors or growing into themselves. T.J. Warren with 36. 36 points on the 6th. 36 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, And the Pacers just balled it out. 1 by 11 against the Hornets, 115-104. Domantas Sabonis with 18 points and 12 rebounds. T.J. Warren, like I said, 36 points. Miles Turner, 15 points, 9 rebounds. Jeremy Lamb, 11 and 10.
10 rebounds.
Yeah, they had a...
Let's go.
You want that from your starting 5.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody getting rebounds. That's what I want from my starting 5.
And then on the other side, you got to give it up... Terry Rozier with 28. Scary Terry is just...
Man, I love Terry Rozier, man. He is just so... I feel like he is really underrated. A lot of people really don't like him that much. They talk down about him and all kind of stuff like his game. They say his attitude is real bad, which...
I think what people don't like about
you in a situation where you just feel like you can't win, you're going to have a bad attitude.
Oh, yeah.
Especially, it's just like a Jimmy Butler situation almost. You know what I mean?
I think, man, this is going to sound funny, but I think a lot of people just look at Terry Rozier as like he just an ugly ass. He just
not the prettiest one.
And then he make that dog face because he is a dog.
Yeah.
He getting that ass like you want, that like you need on your team. You need some dogs on your team who don't go for the pretty. Who actually don't mind getting a little dirt up underneath their nails. You may see them take a hard foul, but it's they do it in a hustling effort. They not taking cheap fouls. Don't get it twisted. They just making the plays that the sometimes them 50-50 balls need a little bit more effort in it for you to win it.
Yeah,
he one of them dogs that'll put that effort into it.
Yep.
And love it or hate it is what you do need on a championship caliber team. He just needs more around him. Now, if you had said Charlotte, I would have been like, yeah, you got Terry Rozier over there. After that, it's kind of
Terry's not a top tier star.
I was about to say he's not a top 10 star. It's kind of bleak.
Yeah.
That's
they
what I
got
was thinking.
Devontae Graham over there, who's just like we were talking about players
Who do the Pacers
coming into
have that y'all
themselves.
feel like is a top tier, top like a top like a 5-star player?
Let me go take a look
Please
at their
don't say
roster.
Jeremy.
Let's
Jeremy
keep
who?
talking. I'm going to go take a look at their roster.
Yeah,
right quick.
Miles Turner. Miles Turner is their franchise player. He's their star, but he's not.
He's not a 5-star.
No, he's not a 5-star.
He's not a
star.
5-star.
When I say 5-star player, I mean 5-star players are people like.
Oh, I know
Like a
LeBron.
Jimmy Butler.
I know what you mean.
No,
Yeah.
not even a Jimmy Butler. I would put him as
Jimmy-
a 4-star.
Jimmy,
I would put him at a
Jimmy's
5.
earned it.
I put him 5-star
wouldn't
because
put
he
him.
plays both sides of the ball.
Jimmy-
I would put him
earned
there.
it.
When I say no,
He's one of the
when I-
only players who plays both sides. He's the best
You
player
play-
playing both sides of the ball next to Giannis right now. Because Kawhi's
Well,
not playing
Kawhi
good.
not playing good right now.
Yeah.
But I'm about to say, yeah, Kawhi's probably the best at that to me. But
Kawhi over Giannis?
When I say 5, I would pick Kawhi over Leonard.
Two-way player?
over him. Yeah, I would definitely.
I would pick him one way.
Yeah, I feel like Giannis try hard, but I feel like Kawhi having more like I ain't gonna say more down pack, but I just feel like he's just more.
He's more complete.
Yeah,
Hold on,
yeah,
hold
yeah.
on, hold on, hold on.
I agree
hold
with
on.
you. I agree with you.
Okay, so backing up to that roster, fact checks on that. They do have Miles Turner. Don't forget about Victor Oladipo.
over there. He's just injured. Okay, that's who.
Okay,
That's who
I
they
thought he
running
was over there. I didn't
through
know
over
where
there.
he was.
I forgot about him due to injury. However, when going down their roster, I see number 4, and I'm like,
And
oh,
he's one of those next people who's going to be
He's
in
a
the
beast.
NBA.
Yeah, he's a beast.
He's going to be with those Lukas and Trey Youngs too. He's going to be their
absolutely.
older.
a little bit older class, but
Yeah.
definitely.
But don't get it twisted.
In the
When we
mix.
say 5-star players, how many? I don't even think it may be 10 5-star players.
No, I don't
Maybe.
think there's 10 5-star players in the
You know
NBA.
what I'm saying?
You got
You got LeBron,
AD,
Anthony Davis,
Harden,
Kawhi,
Steph.
You got Steph.
Kevin Durant.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
5. Durant. I'm gonna go ahead and throw Westbrook in there.
Westbrook is a 5-star player.
I'm gonna put
this
John
year,
Wall
yeah,
in there.
I would put John Wall over Westbrook. I agree
I'm
with
putting
you.
them both in there.
Westbrook hasn't shown to be a 5-star player this year.
I wouldn't put Westbrook in there myself.
Damian Lillard.
Okay,
now.
here's my thing.
Giannis,
I wouldn't put Dame.
I wouldn't
Oladipo.
put Dame. I really wouldn't put a whole lot of point guards except Stephen Curry in there because to be a 5-star player in my eyes, you had to have lead your team somewhere. Damian Lillard hasn't leaded his team anywhere.
Well, this person ain't led their team, but I feel like Kyrie could be up there.
I mean, I said Steph is the one I would put in there. Kyrie, yes, because Kyrie's a champion. Kyrie
He
knows
is a
what it
champion,
takes.
and I knew you was gonna say a champion, but I still would put. I mean, what would you?
To
I'm
be
looking at
5-star
how they
and
carry a
5-tier,
team.
and then we can't put Anthony Davis if we're going based off championship.
Yeah,
but
'cause he wouldn't
that's
be
not
it,
what
but
I'm
he's a
going off of.
5-star,
I'm going off of would I build my team around you? I'm not going to build my team around Damian Lillard because it's proven that he can't get the job done.
I wouldn't.
If you,
I wouldn't do it around
nah.
Russell Westbrook because it's proven that he can't get the job done. I would do it around Steph, LeBron, Kawhi Leonard,
It's
Giannis,
been, it's been
5-star
proven.
players.
and then Kevin Durant.
It's been
People that
proven
you know
simply
that can
due
take
to
this.
I
the
wouldn't do
fact
it
that
around
they
James
didn't have
Harden.
the right pieces around
I
them.
wouldn't do it around
and you
James
can't
Harden.
knock the fact that some of these other guys that y'all are saying that you would build your team around simply because they have championships. I can't knock the fact that their team was on a upbuild or had the championship caliber team.
Well, LeBron's almost never
Because
had a
if that's the
championship
case, you're going to build a
and
team
he's led
around
them.
Pascal Siakam. I mean, he's a champion. Exactly. That whole Toronto roster, you're not going to build a
That's-
team
I'm
around.
not- I didn't-
That
I'm
whole
not going
Toronto
off-
roster,
we
you're
only
not
said
going to
Kyrie
build it.
Irving
I'm
was
not
the
going off
champion. We only said
championships.
Kyrie Irving as the one
Because
champion, so we
Kyrie
ain't going
Irving
close to
helped
it.
win that championship. When you have a
Yeah,
40-point
absolutely, he
game,
helped him.
multiple 40-point games in the finals, and you're the second go-to,
I feel like
yeah.
he's, I
We
feel
know
like, I
when
feel
you're
like he's
star,
played out.
when your only
he's
player
like
is
top 3
Kawhi
point
Leonard,
guard. He top 3. Kyrie is top 3 point guards in the league. One
and
of
he's
the top
not 3.
Exactly. That's why he up there for me.
Yeah. I still wouldn't build my team around Kyrie personally because I've seen building a team around Kyrie doesn't work.
And that's
You
what
saw
I
it in
said what
Boston.
happened with the Celtics. But that's why I
Didn't
said
work.
that before I said that I would put him up there.
When you say build a team, you're limited. You have limitations on building your team.
True. You have a lot of limitations.
Yeah, a lot of limitations.
So with those limitations, you have to pick players who can play through those, and I think there's maybe 5. There's probably not even 5 who can do
teams
that.
have done well just because they didn't get the championship doesn't mean that they're not a 5 caliber player.
Because Kevin Durant couldn't get the job done. He had to have pieces around him. Steph Curry had to have
and he
pieces
was still a
around him.
5-star
LeBron
caliber.
is one of the only people who have done it by himself. We're gonna get more. We're gonna jump right back into this when we get back from these commercial breaks. And then we also got to jump into the football playoffs. So, here's a word from our friends.
From our sponsors.
And ladies and gentlemen, we're back. Thank you for tuning in to the last half hour of The Assist. We're jumping right back into basketball, jumping right back into these scores. We're jumping in right back into these best players games, I guess I should say. We got the Jazz. On the 6th, the Jazz played the Pelicans. Close game. 128-126.
Yeah, that was a good game.
And
Very good game.
Bojan gave him 35. Bojan Bogdanovic gave him 35 points, 0 assists, 0 rebounds, 0 steals, 0 blocks.
Coach, I'm here to score.
That's all I know how to do is shoot the ball.
That's what I'm here to do today.
0
Coach.
everything, huh?
0 everything.
He put
Lord.
stats in minutes and points. That's it.
only two categories he's filling.
How many minutes did he play?
33.
He had 33 minutes, 35 points, 2 Gatorades. I mean,
Total. He pretty.
damn good game.
I don't know if
I'm not mad at
needed
that.
2 Gatorades in 33
You know what I'm
minutes.
I ain't even gonna lie, I think Vince Carter played a better game than him.
Shout out they got it in the winning effort. Vince them lost, so
Rudy Gobert had 19 rebounds and 9 points, and then Donovan Mitchell had 19 points and 4 rebounds. And then Joe Ingles had 22. He was the second highest scorer. And then Jordan Clarkson off the bench was 16. So Jazz had a pretty good game. On the other side, BI had 35.
He shined.
30. He didn't have just 35 like Bogdanovich did though. He had 35, 8 rebounds and 5 assists.
Yes.
Derek Favors had 10 rebounds and 9 points. JJ Redick with 23, and then Lonzo with 21, 7 and 8. Lonzo's
rebounds.
I hope Lonzo's finding himself. It'll be nice.
He been balling like he really like feeling himself out with there. I think he really liked being in New Orleans.
I think he found his niche.
A big opportunity to really like lead a team.
Exactly,
almost, you know
get a lot
I mean?
of touches.
Yeah,
you don't have that pressure of LeBron
like
behind
any of them
you.
really could take off and lead the team. Right
Yeah.
So it's like big opportunities for all of them over there right now, including
Bi is doing it.
Exactly.
And he's not doing a bad job.
We don't have him no more though. For reals, I mean, hindsight, we should have kept him.
I feel like that was the biggest loss y'all took over
all the guys that we. I mean, if we'd have given up Kuz earlier. We'd already had
especially
80.
with the hype around Kuz too. Y'all could have got rid of him and kept Brandon Ingram. And I'm not gonna lie, if we go back to our old podcast show, our other show, I actually said that before.
Oh yeah,
it's been said. But I'm gonna go ahead and flip the coin.
But we were so eager on Kuz because he was so. I mean, this rookie year.
Here's the deal: we still have stock in Kuz. We can shop him for good shit.
Great
We're not
segue.
just going to give him away for just pennies.
Great
He's
segue.
actually a shiny silver dollar.
Great segue because we're done with these high scoring games. We're jumping right into these trade talks because there's a bunch going on around the NBA. We'll jump right into Kuz. Kuz is now officially being shopped by the Lakers. They're taking deals. They're looking to. They said they want a big haul. And they're thinking it's going to be a ways away before they make anything final. But what is final is that he's being shopped. And they're looking at deals for him. They said they want a big haul because they lost a lot of stuff for Davis, which is understandable. I just don't know who else, because it's not just Kuz that's going. You know what I mean? If we want somebody to replace Kuz, who's all right, good enough, or that caliber.
I'm about to give up 2 pieces.
Exactly.
Two okay pieces.
Yeah.
We can give up Kuz and we can give up some pick. We can free up some money off the back end of our bench.
Honestly, I was thinking about what about Dudley?
We can throw him into that's on the back end of the bench.
You know what I
That's
mean?
on the back end of the bench.
Like
we can pick up some things with it. But yeah, Kuz is definitely one that is on the higher end as far as the people who are being shot. Him and CJ McCollum are 2 of the bigger names to me that are being shot. That's on the list right now.
And speaking of CJ, Portland said they have no plans of moving him. They have no plans of taking anything before the trade deadline. That's what they said. That's what caught my eye. They said before the trade deadline. Me and Jay sat up here and said, don't trade him. You just signed him to a 3-year extension, $100 million.
Yeah.
And then I saw that, and I was like, okay, they're not going to trade him. But then I saw before the trade deadline. It just made me feel a little fishy.
As if maybe they could possibly.
Maybe something.
But at the same time, you got to know that this is still a business.
Oh, yeah.
If somebody come with a good offer, you got to take it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't have to, but at the same time, you don't owe no loyalty to none of your players. You know what I mean? You paid them their money, you get paid to do a job. If I feel like somebody else can do the job better, I'm going to hire that person to come in and do it better.
True. Ladies and gentlemen, I know we said we were done with high-scoring games, but this was just brought to my attention, and we have to talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen, January 7th, Portland Trailblazers play the Toronto Raptors and win by 2. Carmelo Anthony has 28 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist,
Nice.
in the best Carmelo Anthony fashion he can, with 1 assist. So, ladies, when
you see Carmelo play like that just makes you feel like
you can shed a tear.
It just makes you feel like the NBA was really gonna let this man go.
Exactly. They really said that he's not better than 50%. They said he wasn't on a roster because he's not good enough.
I feel like he just proved everybody wrong for the people in the Olympics that wouldn't let him play in the Olympics and just everything that he went through. I feel like he came back and proved everybody wrong. He showed everybody why he should be in the league. And I think he still got another year in him after this.
28 points in 36 minutes and a dub by 2.
But again, Melo has something to prove. I do not think he's going to land on a championship. If it had landed on the Lakers, that would have been just the best
case scenario
for him.
Yeah.
He got his banana boat brother over there.
And I think he still got an opportunity to still make something happen. I don't think this deal is like a multi-year deal. I think it's just a 1-year contract.
Due to the fact that, he did sign a contract. It's not a huge contract, and it wasn't for an extended amount of time. However, it being, like you said, it being a business, it's definitely something possible that can be done.
And they did come from behind. It was a come-from-behind win. So I'm sure they rallied behind Carmelo Anthony shining out there.
And at this point, I don't think he really cared about the money. I think he just wants
to play.
Hypothetically speaking, you could throw Kuz over in Portland, shop him for Carmelo, make a run with that.
You could. I don't think
that wouldn't be the move
to do. Rid of him, though,
that wouldn't be the move to do. But you could do some shopping and
well,
make
not even that.
I
don't think that it'll be that hard for the Lakers to acquire somebody like Carmelo Anthony.
Exactly. I'm about to say you could just wait till the end of the season.
Cost you a couple of million.
You can just wait till the end of the season.
I think it's Portland wanting to say, "Here you go."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think that's where the problem would be. Back to trade talks. We had to talk about that. That's something you just can't let slip away. Because that's something we haven't seen in a long time. So amid these Kevin Love trade rumors, right? We talked about these on the last episode. Mm-hmm. It's come out that teams aren't looking to trade for him, number one. Number two, the reason why is because his recent play in game, his attitude and everything, and his contract. He has I don't want to get into the details of his contract. I don't have it right in front of me. He has a bigger contract than what teams are willing to take, right? He's injury prone, one. And then, like I said, these last antics in the games, which I completely understand why you're frustrated and everything. And then I also get why teams would look at that and say, we don't want that over here. Granted, Kevin Love's like, he's the nicest guy in the NBA, but it's still a business at the end of the day, like you said.
It is. I feel like what these teams should realize is that it's a lot going on in Cleveland right now.
There is, and this was leading to my point. Now that these come out, he's since apologized for his antics on the court, called him childish, said he regrets them, talks about losing his temper, and I think he's just frustrated. Honestly, well, I mean, it's obvious that he's frustrated, but I don't think, I get, like I said, that it's a business and teams will look at it and say, oh, how do we know he's not going to come do that over here when he gets unhappy? We can't have that over here, blah, 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 blah. I get it. But sometimes you just have common sense. What was it? What did they say on the Seahawks game?
Common sense prevailed.
Yeah, common sense needs to prevail in this. And you know Kevin Love has shut up and played basketball for his team and rode for his team for 10 plus years. The one time he's frustrated and the one time things aren't going right and he kind of snaps a little bit, you want to hold it against him. I can't sit here and say that Kevin Love is
a bad pickup.
Exactly. Contract or health-wise, period. I don't care how bad his back is or how bad his knee is or how bad his contract is. It's Kevin Love. That's a person you know is going to come to the arena, play his ass off every game, do whatever it takes to win every game. You know that.
Yep, until he gets hurt.
Until he gets hurt, yeah. But and then at that point,
then he's got to chill for a little bit.
Yeah, then he's got to chill out for a little bit. But then he's going to bring your bench energy. You know what I mean? He's not just going to be out there collecting his check every night on the bench or not even going to games. You know what I mean? So I would love Kevin Love over the Lakers. They're talking about sending him over people are saying he'd be good over in Phoenix. I don't know.
I think he'd be
him
a big
booking
help
Ayton
for Phoenix, and I think he could do better in Phoenix than what he's doing in Cleveland.
Right now. I think anywhere he goes, and he's going to be doing better than what he's doing in Cleveland, no doubt. I wouldn't mind that.
Wouldn't be a bad spot for him to land too.
You said the Knicks?
Mm-hmm.
Who would? I don't see him complimenting anybody over there. I see him complimenting a Devin Booker or DeAndre Ayton being a next piece. You know what I mean? Being the IQ of that young team. And maybe that's why the Knicks would grab him, to be the IQ of a young team, to help kind of mold RJ Barrett in a sense. Because there's so much molding you can do from a different position, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But,
I don't know. I could see him with the Knicks. I think they need help over there.
I could send him to Portland.
Especially my guy Gibson.
That's where he wants to be, is Portland. And I think they would be...
I think that could change, though, given the fact that CJ won't be there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think he want to go to Portland, kind of... I ain't going to say as Portland is, but at least with those two main pieces there.
Exactly. Yeah. And plus Melo, now this probably adds to it, seeing Melo drop 28.
That is the most intriguing part about Portland, is having those key pieces in.
Plus, it's his hometown, right? Isn't that the whole reason he wanted to go back? I think that's why. His hometown or whatever. And so there's always that. People always want to go back. Yeah. That's why Melo went to the Knicks. That's why Bron went back to Cleveland. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. You always want to go back.
That's what LA may end up having to deal with AD.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, at one point or another.
Go back to the Bulls?
I believe so.
You think so?
At one point or another, I think he will. But I really think he'll give LA at least 2 years
I think he gonna give it a run until they can't.
Until they get
kind of like how KD did the Warriors.
You are on a segue. You're on a segue run today because you just segued us right into Anthony Davis turning down the 4-year, $146 million contract extension that the Lakers offered him. They said he's open to looking for free agency, and in free agency, the Lakers can offer him a better contract, a 5-year, $202 million contract.
Yeah.
So I think he's probably
one of the numbers.
Yeah, one of those. I think he's probably waiting on that. I think he's going to re-sign right away. I don't think he's going to look at free agency or anything.
He did turn down the signing bonus.
Oh,
so
yeah,
they
yeah.
tried to get, so I think on the back end of it, I think he would wait just so he can try to max out his contract. I mean, if you wait just a couple months, I mean, you're not going anywhere. You're still there. You're not going to leave in the middle of the season, so you will finish the end of the season with LA. Might as well wait and get that money.
True.
Or at least see who else gonna match you. And if it's Chicago, then I can see him
going straight there.
Yeah, I can see him going straight on over to Chicago. Ring or no ring, but I really think LA is gonna catch that ring this year.
I think so too.
We'll stay on our Lakers.
But maybe the Rockets might take it over them.
Well, I won't say our Lakers. We'll stay on the Lakers because we have the Houston sports expert up here. Dwight Howard. Speaking of contracts over in LA, Dwight Howard's contract has now become guaranteed as of the 7th.
Well, we knew that was going to happen, but
yeah, the way he's been playing, I'm glad it's official.
I think Gabe said a few months ago that just needed to keep like a little fire, going under him.
Yeah, keep you at well, not at bay, but have something to reach for.
Yeah, and I figured he already knew that.
Yeah. It's the fat kid on the treadmill with the donut tied in front of him.
I feel like him and Carmelo is just like the two like most improved players.
Oh yeah,
hands down.
Is Dwight Howard getting MIP this year, or is it Brandon Ingram? I say Brandon because you can't be on top at one point, fall off, and come back and get most improved player. You know what I mean? I think that most improved player slot is usually for like a sophomore player, third-year player. You know what I mean?
Well, I think you could be most improved player if you fall off. I mean, think about it.
But I mean, Dwight Howard was a franchise player. He was a star. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
He was
built around.
Yeah, team built around you. Lead your team to the finals. This, that, and the third. 20 and 30, 30 and 15. Yeah. All this, and then you just fizzle out, kind of, and then now you. I think I'm giving the edge to Bi because of more points.
Yeah.
Bigger role on the team.
Stepping up big on the team.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Stepping up. I'm about to say that's it.
Like Dwight Howard is playing
Dwight
well,
took a step
but
down.
He's not actually leading the team.
Exactly.
You said it best. When a team where anybody can take over at any given moment, Bi is taking advantage of that opportunity the most.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fitting for him to do that because he, even though you got Ball, you got Hart. Ball supposedly was supposed to be the leader of the Lakers, even with the addition of LeBron coming over. We knew how that was going to play out. Didn't see him being shopped out that fast, but it is a business.
Well, when Anthony Davis is on the line.
None the least, exactly. You got competition, and you know your competition, and he's stepped it up. Yeah. So, absolutely. I don't have a problem giving him the most improved player.
Yeah.
It's fitting over those two individuals that were named. I would give you the edge to be out on that one. Wouldn't really even be the edge. I'd just go ahead and give him the win.
Other Dwight Howard news, he is officially in the dunk contest. He accepted the invitation. So I'm happy to see that. We got Superman back.
That's going to be something to
see. I want to see it, but I want to see what he's going to come with. Because I feel like these young guys are so creative nowadays. He's going to have to come with.
And there's some youngsters that got invited.
That one young guy from the Magic, Gordon.
He didn't get invited.
No?
No. The invites were... These were the four. Jr. Dwight Howard, Derrick Jones Jr., those two have accepted their invites. So we get to see Derrick Jones Jr. in the dunk contest, which I'm happy about because he can what did I say? He cleans clouds. And then the other two invites were John Morant and Zach LaVine.
Oh, I want to see John Morant so bad.
Yeah, he said he's mulling his decision.
He hasn't said yes yet. I bet he's coming
going to say yes.
What kind of dunks am I going to do?
And then Zach LaVine. If Zach LaVine gets in it, I'm sure Zach's going to win. Or Zach always has the ability to win. It will be on Zach's shoulders whether he wins or not. You know what I mean? Because Zach LaVine is out of those. Well, I don't know. You think Jones Jr. jumps higher than Zach? It looks like he does. It sure looks like he does.
Some of the dunks that he does in game.
He is an in-game dunker.
He will pull some. Oh my God!
He touched the backboard.
Game.
He touched the top of the backboard.
And that's what's impressive about it. And I'm not talking about on a breakaway. I mean, I hate to see him freak something on a free wide open
where he gets to run 94 feet.
He does
momentum
in a set rotation, pass the ball 4 or 5 times around, and he just caught somebody slipping and
took
shit
one
it
step
on
from 20 feet. And then in other All-Star news, Derrick Rose accepted the invitation to the Skills Challenge, and it's only right because it's in Chicago this year. So
go hold it down.
Shout out D Rose. I have one more game to talk about before we jump into football. 2 more, actually. 1 NBA, 1 high school. Before we jump into these playoff predictions and everything. Okay. On the 6th, Sixers played the Thunder. Sixers won 120 to 113, right? Mm-hmm. We were talking about good games up here. Good all-around games from teams. Al Horford, 13. Tobias Harris, 18. Joel Embiid, 18, 8, and 9. Ben Simmons, 17 and 15. Josh Richardson, 23. Trey Burke off the bench, 12 points.
Off the bench.
Trey Burke off the bench.
Sorry. Hell of a game. Hell of a game from everybody. That's everybody touching the rock. That's everybody not being afraid to put the ball in the basket. To not being afraid to shoot that shot. You know what I mean? And then 15 rebounds from Ben Simmons is always good because that's your point guard. Granted, he's 6'10" and everything, but that's your point guard going in there battling.
All right.
You love that as a coach. I know you do, Coach G.
Yes, I do.
You've known to have a big point guard. And then on the other side, the Thunder probably had the better game in some people's eyes. Except they just didn't come out with the win. Danilo Gallinari, 18.7 rebounds. Steven Adams, 24 points and 15 rebounds. Shai Gilgeous, 14 points and 9 rebounds. Chris Paul, 18 points, 8 rebounds. That's surprising to me. Dennis Schroeder, 21 points. Not a lot of... Dennis Schroeder came off the bench. That was their only real bench production. I think that's where they lost. But they had a great game. 6 people in double digits. 5 people, sorry. And then on the other side, 5 people. It was just a good game. Good all-around game from everybody. Rebound total were neck and neck. So I wanted to talk about that game because that's a great example.
That's always a good game, and it's always good when the players come out and play hard like that because the fans love it. Mm-hmm. It's always a good show for the fans.
Kind of gives you that college feel. Where nobody just went off.
Yeah, it's just like back and forth, back and forth. You never know what's going to happen.
And it was a close game, 7-point win.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And I got to give Embiid. I talked smack on Embiid a couple of times before for being a baby, but however, he showed a little bit of
toughness with that finger
last night with that finger dislocation.
Yeah.
He got his hand caught up with the play on the defense going up, and his finger was pointing some direction his other fingers weren't.
Yeah.
It was out of there. It was, if you didn't see it, go check it out. If you did see it, hope you didn't pass out due to it, because it was funny looking.
Our last basketball game we got to talk about is high school. Sierra Canyon versus Minnehaha Academy. Minnehaha Academy is the school that let me get his name right. Chet Holmgren goes to. Chet Holmgren, you might have seen him. He had a viral moment crossing Steph Curry at Steph Curry's camp and then scoring on him. He's a tall, skinny, looks like a little prep kid, you know what I mean? But he is a walking bucket. He played Sierra Canyon, who is the school of LeBron James Jr. and Zaire Wade.
Yeah.
Dwayne Wade, excuse me. Dwayne Wade's son, and then LeBron James' son, obviously. And they have also multiple other pieces over there. And they got a whooping. Really. They got a pow.
Pretty much.
They put it on them.
Minnehaha with 78 points to Sierra Canyon's 58 points. 20 burgers a whooping, ladies and gentlemen. But the biggest thing about this game is that 17,000 people showed up. Okay? I think
that is a lot of people.
I want to say they played in the Timberwolves Stadium. I want to say that's where it was. I just don't want to be wrong telling y'all that.
It was who'd you say?
You know
the
crazy.
Timberwolves.
Yeah, the
For a high school
It was
game
them.
to be played at a
Yeah, it was the Timberwolves.
NBA arena.
Played at the Timberwolves arena. And
I played there. Well, not there. We in high school we played in the Dallas arena.
But did you have 17,000 people?
We had a chunk.
17,000 is a lot of
We
people.
didn't have 17,000. No.
they had
We had a
17,000
chunk.
people show up
17,000,
to an exhibition game.
That's
Not the state championship.
Yeah,
This
yeah,
is-
that's what I'm saying.
That's the difference.
That's wild.
17,000, I could see that at the state championship, you know what I mean? But in an exhibition
To be
game?
honest, if they stayed here and they were playing that game, I would have went.
Oh, yeah.
Hands down.
Hands down.
And you know that they probably sell
Definitely.
those tickets for more than the average $2
Oh, yeah,
high school
yeah.
game.
It's a cool 10 to get in.
Probably more than that.
Nah. Maybe. It's at the arena. They could get away with it.
Parking
15.
and everything. You probably got to pay for parking and all.
$15
That's an
ticket.
event.
That's
an
probably
event.
what it is. That's probably what they charge. So 17,000 people showed up. But the big news around this, before we jump into football, was that they outsold the average game for the Minnesota Timberwolves. Average attendance at a Minnesota Timberwolves game is 15,000.
Mm-hmm.
That's wild.
Some high schoolers brought 17,000 for one game. That's crazy. That shows you what social media can do.
That is insane.
Because they came to see Bronny.
Shout out to these young kids.
Chet Holmgren.
That's why people want to market their jerseys when they hit college level and all
Oh, yeah.
that.
Chet Holmgren was probably the best player on the court, but everybody was there to see LeBron James Jr. So now we can jump into football. We got the playoff lineup set. And before our time is out, we got to let you know our predictions. So, games will be aired January 11th and January 12th. 49ers versus Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs versus Texans.
Mm-hmm.
Ravens versus Titans.
Mm-hmm.
And Packers versus Seahawks.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go. Come from the top.
I can tell y'all who I got right now.
49ers.
I'm 49ers over Minnesota all
I'm
day.
49ers on that one.
I'm going Seahawks over Green Bay.
I'm going to go Seahawks over Green Bay in that game also.
I'm not betting against Aaron.
Okay, so
I'll be the odd man of this one.
Okay.
I'll go with Green Bay.
I'm going with the Ravens, of course.
I think that's all the way
Absolutely.
And then,
around.
of course, I'm going with my Texans.
And I'm
I'm going
with
with the Chiefs. Shout out Mike B.
Oh, y'all dirty.
Um,
Y'all dirty. Where y'all team at?
I didn't think we were gonna get past the Chiefs.
Where's
If
y'all
we
team
won.
at?
My team is at home recuperating.
Oh, where's your team at?
Put together.
Oh, my team.
playing.
Oh, we just went however many times to the Super Bowl in the past decade, so we're taking a little break.
Okay, so y'all teams is out and y'all.
You know what's
over my
funny?
team. That's wild.
Patriots missed the playoffs. LeBron missed the playoffs last year.
Y'all gonna go over my Texans like that?
Got to. Speaking of,
you asked me who I'm going with. I would love to see Houston pull it off, but they're going to Kansas City.
All I'm saying is when Texas pull it off, I don't want y'all to think y'all going to none of the parties with me. Y'all are done. This guy's fired.
Quick news. We gotta say it. Mike McCarthy signing up to be the I think they said offensive coordinator.
Yeah.
No,
I saw something about an offensive coordinator, and then I saw head coach stuff.
Yeah, head coach.
I thought it was head coach stuff too, and then I saw something. He was making jokes on Twitter. He was making a lot of jokes on Twitter, saying my wife doesn't want to go to Dallas, so I'm not going. Stuff like that. So, how do y'all feel about that? Quick before we got to get out of here. Y'all like it? Him over there at HC?
I can see it. I can see it happening.
Me too. He has a good record behind him, and he's got the talent. And when he's had the talent, they've made a run. So that's our time, ladies and gentlemen. Join us next week or next episode.